Hey everybody, today is Tuesday, November 15th, 2022, and we're here in Evansburg, Pennsylvania, parked outside of a flower shop to take a look at something that has absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with the flower shop. As you can see, I'm walking through the woods right now because we're gonna go check something out that sits in this field right here. Sometimes things you wanna go visit and things you wanna see are not exactly the most easily accessible, and this definitely is on the list of things I want to see that's not easily accessible. This we will have to actually walk through a field to get to. I looked up online to see maybe possibly if there were any areas, if you will, to actually park to get to this place, and there were unfortunately not. So I'm now walking through a lot of dewy, wet grass and trucks are driving over sticks and scaring the ever-loving heck out of me. As you can see, there's all these little trails through here. I don't actually think these are from people walking this way. My assumption is these are little deer trails because this is a big field that I guarantee you lots of deer actually hang out in. So, all right, we're gonna check something out pretty cool today. Something that was actually built around 1815 here in Evansburg, Pennsylvania. It gets very quiet when there's no cars on the highway there. That's so weird. There's all these cars going up and down the highway. It's very noisy. Then all of a sudden, it clears out and it gets very, very quiet out here. It almost feels like you're alone. But right there, it's a very major road. Unfortunately, like I said, very major road without any parking on the side of it. There is no parking lot for what we're going to see. So I was forced to park at the flower shop. Now I gotta find this place. It's somewhere over here in this field. I looked up online to see where this was, and I kept driving past it because I kept thinking there's got to be somewhere to park so that I can see what I want to see, and there was not. There was nowhere on the side of the road to pull over and park and see this. It's down here somewhere. Oh, I think I see, if I'm not mistaken, I do see the wall that surrounds what we're going to check out. So like I said, this was built around 1815, right across the highway, Germantown Pike there. Was a meeting house. It was the Funkite Mennonite Meetinghouse that was built in 1815, and then across the highway, across Germantown Pike, was built what we're going to take a look at right now. I shouldn't say built, but established, put together, whatever you want to say. Look at this. We've come across a stone wall now for what is the Funkite Cemetery. Looks like they actually, I'm falling over things. Looks like they actually have it so people can drive up here if you were doing maintenance or something like that. There's a little tiny kind of sort of, well, looks like not anymore. Looks like there was sort of a road here at one point. There's a tree that has fallen down blocking the road. Nobody could drive up here now. I wish, if I could have just parked on the side of the road there. I could have just walked right up here, but unfortunately there's no parking there. But this is it, the Funkite Cemetery. Unfortunately, no easy way to access, ouch, no easy way to access this cemetery here. The graves date back to 1815 as well. Unfortunately, though, you cannot actually see the markings on any of them. Look at that. Many of them are just now leaning up against trees. So the actual stone wall is built out of the original stones that made up the 1815 Mennonite Meeting House that was across the street. It was torn down in 1870, and they took the remains from that building and actually built a stone wall around the cemetery. Looks like there's actually an American flag over here. It's really interesting that even when you come out to remote, sort of off the beaten path, if you will, cemeteries, you still find things like this. There's a Revolutionary War soldier buried here with a flag and everything. This flag has seen better days. It's starting to come off its stand there. But the fact that somebody has actually planted this out here is really interesting. Because again, this is kind of in the middle of nowhere. Like, just nobody comes out here. I guarantee you I'm the first person out here in a good long while because it's just a major busy road with nowhere to park and an empty field with, again, nowhere to park. I had to park at a flower shop off to the side of the field just to get here. This is Henry Gotwals. He was a privateer, 3rd Colonel Captain Weavers. I don't know. There you go. Look at that. He was in the Revolutionary War. Passed away in 1832. So again, really interesting that this is even out here. I was not expecting to see flags. I was not expecting to see sort of newer markers like this, because we are kind of in the middle of nowhere. But look at these graves. None of these are legible anymore. I do not see a single grave out here that has any legibility. This one here, like, you can kind of see some writing on this one, but what does that say? Your guess is as good as mine. Maybe 1828, right here, 1-8, maybe 2-8. But I believe that was when they were possibly born, not passed away. I could be wrong. No idea. Most of these graves do date back to the early 1800s. This one here is kind of legible, 1817, I believe that says. Again, I don't know if that's actually the actual date of death or birth. I'm not entirely sure. You can kind of see a little bit better. Maybe you guys can see. I have noticed in these videos, sometimes while watching the videos back, the actual dates and stuff sort of, for some reason, show up better on the camera than they do to your actual eye, which is kind of weird and bizarre. So maybe when I watch this back, I'll be able to see what it says. Maybe you guys will be able to see what it says. It is very cold out today, by the way. Not a good day to be trekking through the woods, but I really want to come out here and see this early 1800s cemetery that sits out on the side of the road. I've driven up and down Germantown Pike hundreds and hundreds of times throughout the years, and I had no idea this sat here. In fact, I guarantee you, most of the people driving by right now have no idea this cemetery actually sits here, as it is kind of up on a hill. It's hidden by all the trees. You wouldn't know this was here unless you actually did some research and found out about it. Like I said, there's nowhere to park and actually come out here and pay your respects to the people here. Right across the street is actually Evansburg State Park. I kind of wish they would actually maybe take this land. I have no idea if this property is owned by Evansburg State Park or if it's owned by some other entity. I have no idea who owns this, but I really wish Evansburg State Park would take this area, maybe make right over there a little parking lot. That'd be really nice. You come out here, pay your respects, see the people who are actually buried here. Look at this, there's a little sort of walkway through the fence. Again, the fence actually built up, the wall built from the original 1815 Funkite Mennonite Meetinghouse. Can't talk, it's so cold. Mennonite Meetinghouse that was torn down in 1870. This is pretty interesting, guys. So, all right, wanted to bring you out here. Wanted to show this to you. I wanted to check this place out. I wanted to document this place. It was interesting. When I found out about this, I had to come out here, had to see this. Wish it was a bit more easily accessible, but it is what it is. If you're into just weird, bizarre things, old graves, old cemeteries, this is definitely one to check out. I don't know where I can tell you to really park. Again, I parked at the flower shop right next to the field. Maybe you could possibly park over at Evansburg State Park and walk across the very busy road. Maybe, I don't know. I'd probably recommend just parking at the flower shop and trying your best there. There's some more graves down here. Some of these are actually just made of field stones, not even real markers. Look at that. Fortunately, like I said, you can't really read any of these anymore. They're completely worn down. Looks like this might be like a somewhat, not newer one, but one of the newer ones from back in the 1800s here. This one looks like it's made out of maybe marble. Interesting, but all right. So Revolutionary War soldier, buried out here as well. It's pretty awesome. Henry Gotwals. Pretty cool. All right, guys. Like I said, just want to bring you out here, show this to you. It was very interesting. I wanted to check this out. But it's very cold, and I now have a field of dewy, wet grass. Oh, there's some American, look at this. There are American flags out here. Somebody hung some American flags on the tree. I mean, it's been a long time since these were hung here. As you can see, they are very old and tattered and ratty. But at one point, somebody actually hung some flags out here. So somebody actually came out here, paid their respects, hung some flags, put the Revolutionary War marker out here, put a new slab over top of that one grave to actually mark that grave properly, which is pretty awesome. But all right, like I said, I got some dewy grass to walk through on this very, very cold morning. But if you guys are in the area in Evansburg, Pennsylvania, come out here, check this place out. It's pretty awesome. But I'm gonna go. So as always, guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and of course, check down below for links to Patreon. If you guys do become a patron, I will send you a postcard every single month from the road. Also, check down below for a link to Spreadshirt. We can grab yourself retro rest stop t-shirts, proceeds, both from Spreadshirt and from Patreon. You can help putting gas in Vanderbilt and inside Pumpkin. So we can come out to really interesting places like this roadside, almost kind of forgotten cemetery here in Evansburg, Pennsylvania, the Funkite Cemetery. Interesting. But all right, guys, like I said, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And if you guys do subscribe or you are subscribed, I will see you in tomorrow's video. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys. Bye.